Hey everyone, in today's video we're going to be going through the knowledge base, which is how we train the AI agent on your business's information. There are a few different ways to get information into the platform. This is not a one or the other. You can use a combination of what I'm about to show you to get information into the AI agent. Starting here with the text data, this is as simple as either copying and pasting data into this or typing out the content that you want to have. After you type out any information that you want in this box, what you'll do is you'll click this Train Chat Agent button and you'll be able to move on from there. The next way to get information in the system is to upload files. There are a few different file types that are supported. I'm going to show you an example here of a PDF file. When you upload a PDF file, you will see that it shows here as untrained in this orange box. What you'll do after you do that, you'll go ahead and check the box and then you'll train the chat agent. Now, it may take a second or two. You should see a green flag in the right-hand side. From there, what we'll see is this orange untrained box change to a green trained box. Moving on to Q&A, there are a couple of options here. You can either upload a CSV file of Q&A, where the first column is questions and the second column is answers, or you have the option to type out individual question and answer pairs. Both are great options for you. If you have them in bulk, a CSV is definitely the easiest way to go. Moving to our most popular option here is the website scraper. I do have two businesses that I'm going to show you. I am not affiliated with these businesses in any way. These are just examples that I can show you here that I can talk through and show you some of the differences in websites and how the scraper will affect that. For the first one here, I have a coffee shop that I am going to scrape. And so what I'm going to do is put in the URL into the box. If you have a larger website, you can tell the agent to scrape more than 10 URLs. It could be 50 or 100 or more. On the right-hand side here, we have these options that are going to allow you to tweak what information we scrape on the website, as well as how often we scrape the website information. This top option here says that we only want to scrape the entered URL. And so generally what happens is when the scraper begins, it will find all of the pages on the website that are associated with this domain. This checkbox only tells the system to scrape this page and nothing else. The auto scrape daily, that allows you to re-scrape the website for new information every 24 hours. This can be useful in certain use cases, but it is not something for most service-based or small businesses that is needed. Ignoring headers and extracting main content only, this tells the system what information we should or should not collect. And so what that means really is if we're looking at a website like this, there are certain pieces of text such as the order online buttons or other headlines, things like that, that aren't super critical for the AI agent to know. And therefore you can check these boxes in order to be able to do that. Lastly, the advanced scraper option. This gives us the ability to go a little bit deeper into the website if it is having a hard time scraping. Now, website scraping can be difficult depending on the website or the industry that you work with. Some companies have anti-scraping technology, and this will allow us to get around that in some way. But there are still websites that are unable to be as easily scraped and trained as others. In this example here for the coffee shop, this is a very straightforward website and is somewhat text heavy. So I would expect that this website can be scraped and trained without any issues. This is another example of a website that is potentially more difficult because it is more image-based as well as listing-based. The reason that this is potentially more difficult to scrape is because this information here is likely a part of some listing service, a Redfin, Zillow, that is then added into the website and then is previewed, such as we see here. What that means is when we scrape the website for information, we may not be able to pull all of this information that is here on this site. If that is the case, we have a couple of options to move forward. Option number one is to try to use the advanced scraper to see if we can pick up more information. Option number two is to figure out exactly where this information would be held and connecting with that as a database so that we can pull all of the most relevant information. This is fairly common in the real estate world. This is fairly common in the e-commerce world as well. So if you do have any issues scraping websites, please reach out to us, let us know. Our team can help educate as to what we think might be happening, and then we can suggest a way forward as well. I do want to scrape this website so that you guys can see how it all works. So I'm going to put in this website URL here, and I'm going to save and scrape. Now this is a relatively small website, so it is a pretty quick process. For larger websites that have hundreds or thousands of URLs, this can take a few minutes to be able to fully complete. After you're done scraping the website, you're going to go over to the scraped URLs tab. You'll be able to see exactly what URLs were scraped. The reason this is important is not all of this information is prominent or needed when chatting with the AI agent. So for this example, I want to select the homepage, the About Us page, and the likely promotions page. The terms of service and privacy policy pages don't add a ton of benefit because clients aren't going to the chat widget or interacting with it and asking those types of questions. So I don't necessarily want to include that information. And then I want to train the chat agent here. Same thing as you saw before. It does sometimes take a few minutes to be able to train. And ideally what you should see here is that green flag on the right-hand side that appeared briefly. And then any of these exclamation point boxes should then change to the green check marks. That is ultimately what tells us the URLs have been trained, and therefore the agent now knows the information that is on that page. This is everything for the knowledge base section. If you guys have any questions, please put them in the comments below, and thank you very much.